Hey, welcome back everyone to another comic book review. Today I will be talking about four books. And actually one is an oversight, and that's Pearl issue number 2, which was supposed to be reviewed last week with Action Comics, but I put this away before getting a chance, to do the review. Plus, of course, I will be reviewing uh, the new books I got this week. So, because there seem to be no copies of Green Arrow in my shop, I really get Green Arrow, uh, which is weird because I was there since, the books went on sale. There was no copies of Green Arrow. I decided to try out, but to check out what's been going on in Justice League. I picked up the first issue when it came out, but didn't really stick to it because this is like a what it was been a bi-monthly book, so bi-weekly book. So I'm sort of trying to cut down on books that I buy every week. So I'm always finding myself trying new stuff. And talking about that, I'll also be talking about this new number one from Image, Blackbird, and of course I'll end it up with Paper Girls number 25, which ends the current arc of the book. So let's get started. So uh, for this video, I'm going to try to make it short. So I'll just do quick overviews, quick thoughts on each of them. So Pearl issue 2. So this issue actually just gives us a little more background on Pearl, her, a bit of her origin story, if you will. We get a bunch of flashbacks to her childhood. Plus, it moves the the main story a little further, as the guy that you saved in the first issue and showed up at her tattoo parlor. He's also a tattoo artist, but he works for the other clan, the clan that the Drizerta clan, uh, and so the head of the clan shows up to Pearl's tattoo parlor and pretty much tells her she needs to do that favor, which is go and kill somebody. And we learn that pretty much the clan owns own her parents and owns her as well. So it was a good issue. I mean, the art, of course, is fantastic work of this amazingly painted art. I mean, just beautiful stuff here. Um, yeah, so a good read for me. So yeah, it's gone to Justice League number 9. So I have a lot of issues with this book. Um, like I said, no Green Arrow seemed to have shown up at my shop. I actually even went yesterday, Friday, to see if there were more copies out, but there weren't a lot. There weren't any. Neither the main cover or variant covers. They did order a bunch of the blank comics. I mean, which I don't know uh, why they ordered so much stuff. I mean, those things aren't even selling. Uh, but yeah, it took over most of the space. The Superman, the Batman, the Wonder Woman stuff. But no really other Green Arrow. So I thought, well, I'll give Justice League a chance. I'll see where the story is going. Like I said, I picked up the first issue, but stick with it. And unfortunately, uh, I have to say that the writing is not bad. I really like the interaction between the characters, but there doesn't seem to be a story in this book. I don't know what the hell happened, what the whole point of this issue was. It starts with Superman rebuilding the moon, uh, with then Batman sort of talking with Superman about some weird alien thing that Superman seems to know he controls, but like there is no real sense of or explaining what these whole quarters are, like grounds or something like they're called. I have no idea because as many modern comics seems to do is they fail to inform readers what's going on because I think a lot of companies and I think a lot of writers assume that readers are coming in since the beginning, but they don't, you know, bother to think about those who might be coming in later. The casual reader. You know, uh, Back in the old days, like I mentioned, I've picked up issues that were in the middle of some storyline, and I got caught up just by reading that issue. This comic doesn't really clear anything up of what went before. I mentioned it, for example, with the Flash, I never pick up a random issue of the Flash if I don't feel like picking up an issue of the Flash because I'm not reading it as much as I used to. At least I get a sense of what's going on, and the writing is done in such a way that it really tells me what's happening. But this issue failed, and I'm scratching my head up. What the hell was the point of this issue? Uh, then we got a new number one, Blackbird. When I saw the solicits for the image solicitations and saw this cover, I really like the art by Jen Bertel. I thought, well, who is this character? What's her story? Uh, the read the solicitation, find it interesting. Not necessarily something I would normally pick up, which has to do with magic. I'm, more of a superhero fan than a bit of science fiction. But sort of this more magical stuff, not or horror, not so much. But I found it intriguing. Decided to check it out. I really enjoyed it. It does a good way of introducing the characters. Uh, the main setting up stuff for follow up issues. So yeah, really found it intriguing, especially that the end. I found the end very intriguing. I don't want to get into too much detail. Like I said, just quick impressions of books. Probably as the story progresses or the next issue, I'll be more specific. But it's kind of cloudy, so uh, I don't want it to get too dark either. Finally, paper cut number 25. So yeah, this ends the current arc, and what seemed to us, I think, as we felt like the story was giving us answers, and we did get answers. We got a lot of answers as to what's going on. This issue ends in a way that throws uh, with a with a twist because we learned that the girls being outside of their own time is dooming the world, At the same time, we learned that um, when Rory said that Eren had shown up, it was actually the clone that showed up, issues ago. The crazy Eren clone here, sort of villainous version of Eren clone, who actually set them up with the information to come to a specific building, which is, I think, the main center of the whole time organization, and pretty much through this sort of bomb, which actually was like a time bomb, so it sent everyone, to some different period of time. Here. Uh, so they're all separated, so that complicates things quite a bit. The future Tiffany actually dies, the older girl, Tiffany here. Um, you know, they're being chased by the authorities. She kind of jumps and pretty much, dies. So basically, Tiffany just saw herself die, or a future self die. Uh, so so I think this returns in on March. So yeah, pretty big twist there. That it's gonna complicate things quite a bit. Uh, Now that we know that the stakes are high, for these girls, being out of time, the stakes are high for the world. And now they're separated and can't go back to their own time. There's no way they can return. Uh, Things just got a little crazier uh, for this series. So what started out being teased as a sort of horror type, mystery type story ended up being a crazy sci-fi adventure. So okay, yeah. So that's it for this week. Next week, hopefully I get Green Arrow. Plus, I've got a few more. Plus, the books I'll be getting as well. Action. Superman's coming. Supergirl as well. So yeah. So I'm hoping Supergirl gets better. Because, like I mentioned in my last review, commenting on that I wasn't totally sold yet to the whole story, because it just didn't seem to progress too much. So I end this as I always do. Until next time, keep smiling.